Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Only 50% of this race will be run, so 50 laps here for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. And with a win, I will clinch race early. So we're going to try to get that done today and not have to wait until the final race before the regular season to do so. So we're going to get set here. Start this one off. Jeff Green will start at the rear of the field, as well as Josh Williams and Timmy Hill. All of them backmarker drivers as it is anyway. Will likely not be any factor in the race today. Cole Custer here, that's who we're riding with. Qualified 10th, will start 10th. Green flag in the air here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The Xfinity Series race is underway. 2 races to go until the playoffs. This is a short one, 50 laps. Already on the opening lap of the race. Quickly able to get to the middle, as well as making some passes on the racetrack. This will be a 1 pit stop race to the finish. 3 wide now down the back straightaway here with Christopher Bell in the middle. He'll get out of the gas easily, and now Chase Briscoe just in front of us. A win, and we're automatically in it. Or we automatically win the regular season title here before even having to race next week at Las Vegas. Huge side draft now down to the bottom of the racetrack. Trying to break the draft. Side by side for the 4th position now into turn 1. Contact made and into the wall. Hard goes Cole Custer on the inside of the racetrack. And we stay green. Kind of got lucky I couldn't have hit the wall more square. But that is going to set us behind the 8 ball very quickly in this one. Noah Gragson led the opening lap of the race. He's trying to lead lap 2 as well now. What a tough break for me. Trying to make sure I didn't flat spot any of the tires. Seemingly fine though. It's very, very tight through turn 1 there. And only 48 laps to go in this one here to try and make a difference at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Home of the Indy 500. But today it is a NASCAR Xfinity Series. Getting their chance to shine here on this glorious racetrack. Very fast 2.5 mile rectangle shaped racetrack. It's a very unique, there's no other racetrack in the world quite like it, especially at this high of speeds. So to the in-car cam now for the first time today as we go over the art of bricks.
Still there? Still there? You got room, you're clear of that.
Trying to get around all these back marker cars here at the rear of the field now.
All right, you're clear.
We were in a very tough predicament early. As we quickly fell behind.
Back it down, back it down. Careful.
3 wide now down the front straightaway. Up to 25th now, quickly making passes on the racetrack. Missed my line in turn 1 a little bit there, went a little wide. We're good.
Careful, still there. All clear. All right, clear outside.
You can see that for being a flat racetrack, it is pretty decently banked compared to what most people think.
Careful, still there.
Especially after being here in person for the Brickyard 400 2 years ago. I was quite surprised at how much banking it is, and I was also surprised at how narrow the racetrack is. Very, very narrow of a track. Widens out a little bit on the back straightaway, but I mean, as far as the front straightaway goes, when you have that inside retaining wall with the pit wall
Still there.
right there,
Clear high, clear high. Stay low, stay low. All clear. You got room, you're clear.
up to 19th now, Custer. And the Jacob Company's 00 here for Stewart Haas Racing. We run 1-2 in the point standings for Stewart Haas Racing with Cole Custer leading and Chase Briscoe in second.
All right, clear outside.
Might question my evasive maneuver to try and win the race, costing both of us to win, but I would have won that race. I wouldn't have had to win this race to clinch the regular season title, so we'll just have to see if I can come from behind and do so here in this one.
Stay low. All clear.
A lot of traffic up ahead now. We're inching closer to the top 10, but again, Noah Gregson quite a ways out in front of the field, currently at least. Gonna break the draft all the way down to the inside of the racetrack now.
Careful, still there. All right, clear outside. Got one outside now. You got room, you're clear. Hold your line, got one
Very
outside.
tight through turn 1, now into turn 2 as well to the inside of Christopher Bell. We're going to clear Bell for 8th on the racetrack. Bell has shown some promising speed here in years past in the Xfinity Series, the last couple of years in the Xfinity Series at Indianapolis. It looks like we have a slow car on the inside of the racetrack. That's Austin Cindric. So Cindric a lap down now as he has seemingly blown an engine here in this one. And that will likely end his day and chances to win the Indiana 250 here at the Brickyard. Slight contact now with Brandon Brown, and will he keep control of his car? Yes, he will.
Still there.
Great save by Brandon Brown.
You got room. You're clear there.
Former dirt track racer in the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars series. Oh, a little loose off the curbing and into the wall. Slamming into it backwards, that'll bring out a caution, and it will be the first caution of the race today. And that will make things pretty interesting here. We're only going to pit twice in this race today, or we only can pit twice in the race. Fuel and tires as we're running 50% of the race, so I'll make it fair. This will be the first pit stop we will take in this one, due to a lot of damage on the race car. Not the only ones to pit, everybody from 31st on back to 37th will be on pit road here, as Austin Cindric was already out of the race, so obviously he didn't pit, but green flag back in the air here at Indianapolis.
Still there. You got room. You're clear there.
35 laps to go.
Alright, you're clear there. Car high, careful.
Right on the edge of our pit window here to make it to the end.
Still there.
Shouldn't be long after this restart to hopefully try to work our way up to the front and take the lead here at Indy.
Still there.
Rare that I got the tires on the apron in turn 4 of all corners too.
You got room. You're clear.
Usually the higher speed corners, turns 1 and 3 are the areas of the racetrack where you usually have the most problem with that. Not turns 2 or 4. Nevertheless, 34 laps to go, and here we are now. Just trying to get to the finish.
Still there.
Up tonight.
Top 3, use it if you need it.
Only give it about another lap or 2 before we get to the lead, unless a caution comes out beforehand. We're up to 7th. This is where we were at the time of that first and only caution of the race so far. Ooh, a little loose through turn 4 once again. Staying to the inside though of Michael Annette off of turn 4. Down to the inside, and we're going to clear Allgaier for 4th off of turn 1. And we're going to catch Reddick off of turn 2. And we're side by side with him. And clear him easily before we get into turn 3. Noah Gregson still the race leader. Justin Haley is just behind him in 2nd. How am I going to work my way around these guys? To the top side of Haley now, going into turn 4. Very tough to pass up there at Indy, but we're going to try to make it work and make it stick side by side for the lead off of 4. We'll have the straightaway speed after running the top. Beat Gregson to the line. New leader here at Indianapolis in the Xfinity Series with 32 laps to go. Cole Custer leads his first lap of the race. Gregson fighting back though. And now Haley trying to get underneath Gregson for second. So this is going to be nice for the track position. Everybody will have to pit one more time in this race. In fact, I'm one of only a few drivers that pitted under the last caution. And I guess some of these drivers at the rear of the field are going to be on the border of making it to the end on fuel or not. Not so much in the Xfinity Series, but in the Cup side, we've seen Indianapolis come down to a fuel mileage race many times in years past. Sorry for that cough there a second ago. Just joining us here. We are pulling away currently. But at the same time, everybody has to pit, except for possibly the drivers at the rear of the field that pitted under the one and only caution in this race, in which we restarted about 5 laps ago. 29 laps left here at Indianapolis for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. If I win, no matter where Chase Briscoe finishes, I will clinch the regular season title a race early. If not, I have to finish, Briscoe has to finish at least 5 positions ahead of me to keep it a battle going into Vegas next week. Well, next race rather. We might end up getting to that tonight. See just over a 6-second lead now, but again, we'll have to wait and see where everybody pits. And will all the drivers at the rear of the field that did pit under the last caution be able to make it on fuel to the end? We're running about 35 laps on a full tank of fuel here at Indy in the Xfinity Series. And we went green with 35 laps to go. So even if I pit, can I end up catching the back marker cars? Only time will tell. Obviously, we could have another caution before the end of the race as well, and that could really shake things up, but we'll just have to see. Only one caution in this race so far. A little earlier than what I wanted into turn 3 that time. Therefore, I had to get on the brakes a little bit harder just to make the corner. Very, very close to the wall off of turn 4. Stayed in the gas though, carrying a ton of speed now down the front straightaway. Really pushing this car as hard as we can. Try to pit when the rest of the field does to try and stay on the same strategy as the rest of the leaders. Looking for win number 16 here on the long season.
That's the halfway mark.
Cross flags now in this 50% race. So we are halfway home, 25 laps to go. Slight contact off the wall there in turn 3. Gonna stay in the gas though and keep it going. We didn't get too much damage off of that. Just nicked it enough to mess up our lap time. Otherwise though, I've ran pretty consistent lap times and now getting tight off of turn 1 again. This car is now getting a little bit tighter as the run goes on. Tire wear not too bad right now. And I'm just not hitting my marks like I was earlier in the run. That could easily be the issue. It definitely was that time in turn 3. Gotta be careful that I don't hurt the car too much or even get in a wreck. I have to restart from the rear of the field late in this race to try and come back and win it. Didn't even hit the brakes that time rolling into turn 3. Just got out of the gas a little early. Tried to roll it through the corner. Good set of corners there through 3 and 4. 13-second lead at the line on Noah Gregson. So we will now hit lap traffic for the first time today. A driver that started at the rear of the field with Josh Williams there, but he has struggled throughout. On top of that, we have 21 laps to go.
Careful, still there. Top 3, use it if you need it. You're all clear up top.
Had to get on the brakes a little harder there through turn 3. Had a huge collision rate on Tommy Joe Martins.
All right, clear outside.
And we'll be able to clear him. $20 to go here at Indianapolis. On the brakes hard into turn 1, trying to keep him running into the back of Vinnie Miller now.
Still there. You got room, you're clear.
And he'll let us go now in turn 2.
Careful, still there. Outside.
Trying to hang tight in this one.
You got room, you're clear there.
Remember, if a caution comes out, all strategy is going to go out the window at this point.
Stay low. You're all clear up top. Careful, still there. You got room, you're clear. Top 3, use it if you need it.
Way down to the bottom of the track here.
Still there? All right, you're clear.
Use all the spacing possible to get around these guys. All these lap cars here towards the back half of the field. So we now have about a 19-second lead over Noah Gregson. Everyone will still likely have to pit that one time. 17 laps to go now. To get a caution, that's where everybody will likely come down onto pit road.
Careful, still there. All right, clear outside.
And caution now for the second time today here at the Brickyard with 16 laps to go, and we will pit for 4 fresh tires and not take any fuel, as we will be fine on that to the finish. So here we go, 13 laps to go and we go green. Noah Gregson wins the race off at pit road. We'll control the pace on this restart. We will start second.
Are you ready?
Who will win the Indiana 250 here at the Brickyard? Green flag back in the air, side by side on the restart with 13 laps to go here between Gregson and Custer. Still side by side into turn 1, but us on the outside of the racetrack. That'll give us some straightaway speed if we can hold on to it. We did through 1. Can we hold on to it through turn 2? No, we will not. Gregson clears us, but we're going to have the straightaway speed. Down the back straightaway now, trying to hold strong.
Still there.
Looking to the inside of Noah Gregson, going into turn 3. Side by side, trying to fight back to get the clean air.
Still there. Still there.
And now here we go! Contact made! More contact! Justin Haley to the lead. Trying to fight back and at least get up to third now. Still side by side with Noah Gregson. Both of us have battled so hard off this restart. Getting a little tight on the exit of turn 2. And Gregson wins the battle. He's in third, we're in fourth. Trying to hold on strong though.
Careful, still there.
Especially in the late going of this one. Off of turn 4. To the start-finish line this time. We will have 4 laps to go here at Indianapolis. Or sorry, 11 laps to go. As I'm in the 4th position here at Indy. A win and I'm in
Got one down low
the
now.
playoffs as the regular season champ.
Car high, careful there.
And another mistake was just made. And I will lose 2 spots because of it. Now back to 6th. On a very tough racetrack to pass. Briscoe in 7th as we are currently in 6th, but some hard racing up front. Noah Gregson, and now a caution. 11 laps to go. We will have our 3rd caution of the race. And this will set up an even better restart coming your way. We will have 7 laps to go when we go green on what might finally be the final restart of the race. Here we go. Gregson's got the bottom. Will he take it 3 wide for the lead into 1 if he can get a good restart? Green flag back in the air.
Got a car low now.
Here at Indy. We got a good jump. 4 wide off the restart pretty quickly. Now 3 wide for the lead. Here comes Custer. Restart of a lifetime for Cole Custer. Clearing everybody in the race lead off of turn 1. Just what the 0-0 needed. Still trying to get up the speed. We try to build momentum here around this big 2.5 mile rectangle racetrack. Off of turn 4 down to the start finish line. We will have 6 laps to go here in Indy. Unbelievable. 6 to go. We're back up to speed. Little loose into turn 1. Gonna hold on to it though. We gotta hit our marks. Noah Gregson back up to 2nd. He's been the fastest driver in the race all day. Off of turn 2 now. Here we go. Down the back straightaway, trying to break the draft. In the clean air, a little bit of a mistake into turn 3, and Gregson will close the door once again. Into turn 4 now. Down to the inside of the racetrack, next to the inside wall, down the front straightaway. Breaking the draft again. 5 laps to go here at the Brickyard. A little bit higher of a line through turn 1. Briscoe not even in the top 5 right now. So even if I don't win, I will likely clinch the regular season title with a top 5 finish. But to win at Indianapolis here, even in the Xfinity Series, would be fantastic here for this team. Off of turn 4 now, just trying to hold on to the lead. Gragson will likely still be fighting hard though. 4 laps to go. If I win this race, you can bet that restarter of a lifetime from 6th all the way to 1st after turn 1. Would definitely be the difference maker. Now pulling away slightly from Gragson. He's a little over a second back. He can rely on me to make a mistake though here in these final few laps. It's very well possible. Off of turn 4. To the yard of bricks once again on the inside of the racetrack, breaking any sort of draft possible.
Wow, that was your best lap ever.
As we have just ran our fastest lap ever here in Indianapolis with 3 to go. Unbelievable. 51.821, fastest lap I've ever ran here at Indy in the Xfinity Series. That was with going down to the bottom to break the draft off of turn 4 as well. It's unbelievable. Allgaier up to 3rd. He passed Michael Annett now, his teammate at Junior Motorsports. 2-second lead off of 4. 2 laps to go at the line this time for Custer. The regular season title might be looming above his shoulders here after this one. A little bit of a mistake there off of turn 2. We'll go down to the bottom and break any sort of draft possible. I don't think they're close enough to really draft off of me, but just in case. Really taking our time. We got to get to the white flag, though. We try not to make a mistake, especially late. It can be a tough racetrack at times, but here we go. Down to the yard of bricks again. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go here at Indy.
White flag, bring it home.
What a run. 2.5 second lead and a half a lap to go at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And this one marked turn 3 a little bit, but we're fine. And now into turn 4 for the final time here today. We're going to make it. And we will make it all the way down to the start-finish line. Cole Custer will get the win at the Brickyard here in the Indiana 250 in the NASCAR Xfinity Series and win the regular season championship. Just need a little bit more room here. Pretty good win at that, but here we go as we're burning it out on the bricks at the Brickyard. What a great race here in this one, 16th win of the season, and we have just clinched the regular season title with a win here today. We needed to win. We got it to clinch the regular season title over Chase Briscoe. And Briscoe will likely finish second, and we will likely finish 1-2 for Storehouse Racing in the regular season, entering into the playoffs. So pretty good win there. We'll take a look here at the playoff standings. 6 different winners so far in the season are locked into the playoffs. In 2030, he's got a win. He won at Talladega. As to gain on 2 of his teammates, as well as Jeffrey Earnhardt. He needs to pick up a 25-point advantage from 3 guys ahead of him to get into the playoffs, because he does have a win and he'll lock himself in, but he's outside the top 20 right now, so he is not in, which that is going to put Brandon Brown, the last driver, in as of right now on the bubble. Brown has an 18-point advantage there on Brandon Jones. And if Light sneaks back into the top 20, Brown is 2 points behind Justin Allgaier there. And that will be the cutoff line. So that is going to be it here for this one. Catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.